everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amber and I am here to help enlighten and uplift you and talk about whatever may be going on. Today, I plan on doing a breathing segment with rose quartz. Look at how beautiful that is. A nice piece too. But as you know, rose quartz is great for the love energy, for your heart center. And whenever you're feeling stressed out or you're feeling chaotic or anything like that, or you want to attract more love, you want to feel more loving yourself, hold it at your heart center or even hold it in your hand. You can also put it in the furthest right corner of your house, and that in itself will attract more abundance of love, healthy love, not toxic love. There's a huge difference. And holding this here actually feels really good. I took a major long break from my YouTube channel, from all the stuff that I started a couple years ago. I had been going through a lot of dark times, a lot of challenging times, and a lot of second guessing. And now I'm at a spot where I'm clear. Well, clear enough to at least pick this back up again and see it through, you know. I went through a lot of layers of shedding. I got rid of a toxic relationship, an ex-boyfriend, and then I tried to live with family after that. That was a huge flop too. And it's tough when it's people that you love, your family and everything, and there's challenges that come your way, and when you're the black sheep of your family, when you're the one who's the most radical or the most different or the most unique or the most interesting, I guess, expect turbulence, expect pushback, expect people to try to control you, to try to change you and make you into what they think you should be. Those things are not true. Those ideals are false. We're at an age where, the alignment of Saturn and Jupiter already happened. The ascension of the planet is already happening. The awakening of mankind is already happening, and there's nothing that can be done to stop that. So with that being said, being true to yourself is the most pure form of light that you can have. There's no one religion. There's no denomination that rules us all. There's no person that can even tell you how to be you better than you, So with all that being said, I'm grateful to be back. I'm grateful to still be my complete self, and to, even though I took a big gap, a big break, to have continued to pick up where I left off, and that my content is still pretty much the same. So I'm happy to be the same, and I'm happy to share that with you as well. And I wish to inspire you and to ignite your light within you so you can do the same thing for you too. You being you is the best form of light work. It's the best way that you can contribute to cleaning up this place. When you're born here and you have to be somebody else's whatever, that's where the problems start to come in. And as a person who's healing, from other people's ideals and life and lifestyles and things like that, I can just say that from my own life experiences, it's made me be able to talk about these things. So I'm happy that can be helpful. I'm hopeful and happy that can be helpful to you. All right. And I was holding this to my chest the entire time. Oddly enough, my hand got a little sweaty. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I've been super detoxing lately. I got really dry sinuses, so I have to humidify my house by having like a pot on with like lemon and oranges. I also added some eucalyptus oil and some mint from my window garden. Since I live in an apartment in New York City, I have a window garden, which they're useful too. Um, so yeah, so here we are, picking up where we left off, doing the damn thing, enlightening myself. I'm feeling good to talk about this right now. I feel a little bit dumb, but not too dumb to a point where I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna just keep on going, and I'm just keep on going and keep promoting myself, and at least try to do one video a day until I can, do more. Maybe my lifestyle will be YouTube. Who knows? We'll see. Um, Anyways, with this, with all that being said, that actually falls into complete alignment with what's happening right now. We're going through eclipse season. As you know, or if you don't know, an eclipse is a great time to get rid of what no longer serves you and turn the page, if you will, to things that will serve you and serve the greater good of all. So I'm actually in a deep transition where I'm transitioning out of the adult entertainment life. I was an exotic dancer for 9 years, and I recently just gave that up. I'm still a femdom wrestler, and I love that so much. So I'll still have that for as long as it resonates with me. And then when it's time to turn the page on that one, you know. So, and furthermore, I'm not down talking anybody who does anything like that. What we don't need anymore is for spiritual people, religious people, and just regular minded people who just have a mind that's this big to tell me what's right and what's wrong. I can't tell you how many countless incredible women I met along my journey, and also how many countless supportive men I've met along my journey. Dancing and being a nude figure model and being just, I guess, exploitative in my ways of being, which was everything short of being like raunchy. But I was happy at those times, and it was a part of me, and it was a part of my journey in healing. And I just stand on that. I do not diminish anyone's journey, anyone's challenges, to point fingers and say, oh, that girl's a dancer, well then she's a hoe, well then she's a this or she's a that. All of those things are wrong. You should never point fingers, obviously. Judge not lest ye be judged, whether you're Christian, Catholic, Muslim, whatever you are or not. Don't judge other people. You don't know their story. And if you are gonna judge, lend a helping hand then, and not in a freaking condescending, holier than thou sort of a way, because I guarantee you your shit smells as bad as mine does, if not worse. So there's that. So I really wanted to put that out there. That was something that was like, it's deep for me, because like you never know how people are gonna react. Anytime you claim to be some sort of I like to do meditations and workouts and crystal work and everything, and then people automatically expect you to be like this, like straight and narrow, perfect, you don't do anything wrong, and that's the complete opposite. How I'm finding my health and how I'm finding my path is because my life's been such a tragic journey, like straight up born in hell, climbing out of that pit. That's what I'm on right now. I was born to a single mom. I grew up in the foster care system. I was physically abused, sexually abused, emotionally, all that stuff. And throughout the years of the filter of living here and living there and not being Spanish enough and not being black enough and sounding like a white girl and, and all this shit of all this non-acceptance over and over and over again, and what it's done to me. I can't speak for anybody else because I'm not anybody else. All I can say is what it's done to me and what I'm climbing out of and what I'm fighting for every single day And it's not easy, and I am not a perfect person, and I will not pretend that I am just to get viewers or just to be accepted. If you don't like that I'm not perfect, then we can't be friends. First off, you're probably no fun with your boring perfect ass. Secondly, come on, man. If you're here on this earth, you're tainted. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be like, you could have 4 million followers for being like a top freaking spiritual guru. Guess what? Your shit still stinks, bro. Or sis, whoever you are. I just wanted to say that. I just really wanted to get that out there. And honestly, that feels really good to me. Because I want that to be a part of my channel too. I want people to know that I'm not trying to be holier than thou. I want you to know that I'm in this shit right with you. I want you to know that I'm not going to condemn you because you may do X, Y, or Z, or because you've done X, Y, or Z. That's not what this is about. If you don't like what I have to say, keep it moving. That's perfectly fine. If you do like what I have to say, and you do want to join me for talks and for cool things like, gotta fix up my nails, I gotta bake some banana bread, I got a cat to take care of, I'm a single mom of a 14-year-old son, I'm 35 years old, I'm doing this by myself in New York City, I am not in any toxic relationships or positive relationships for that matter of any kind. I'm healing and I'm doing this myself, and it's hard. Believe me, I don't even get stamps or anything like I used to. In New York, it's so much harder to get benefits. It's so much harder to get the help that you need. So to hustle to live is a way to be. Hence the whole dancing, the bartend, like all that shit, all of it. And you couldn't make me feel bad for it if you tried. It's something that I had to go through. It's something that I had to grow out of, and that I'm continuing to heal from and grow out of. You know, like, is it a wonderful, lucrative way to make money? Absolutely. But what it does to you. And I'm not talking about the sensual art form of pole dance. That's beautiful. That will also be on my YouTube channel. I'm talking about the sleazy, masochistic sort of end of it, where you have to hustle and schmooze to make your money. That's the part where it makes it toxic, where it starts to pull at you, and a lot of times women do get caught up because of, you know, they get caught, they think that's how they're going to make their money. Then before you know it, you're a single mom of 3 or 4 kids, you're strung out on drugs, or you're bouncing around from marriage to marriage because there's pitfalls and there's holes, and those things, that's something that's not fair. That's something that, for instance, my life, I didn't get asked to be dealt the cards that I was dealt. And yes, I made certain choices, and yes, I already knew right from wrong. However, I still made those choices. Whatever. I still went through it, and I'm here, and I'm strong enough to be able to look out and tell my sisters, you're not alone. I'm here with you. I'm in the shit with you. And if you want to, you can listen to my videos. If you want to, you can join me for meditation hour. If you want to, you can join me for letting it all spew off the top of my frustrations of having worked in the sex industry. And express how it feels to be singled out and to have no protection because people see you a certain way. That's judgment, and that is wrong. That is evil. It doesn't matter who you think you are. You could be the pastor of this big-ass church, or you could be a spiritual leader of a small group. If you're judging somebody for what they do, you are wrong. Period. Now, obviously, if somebody's hurting themselves, intervening and helping, guiding them along to a better path, that's different. That's not what I'm talking about. So before you people get in comments and try to, nitpick every last word that I said, Just to be clear, that there's a difference. It's not intervening when you're hurting somebody and you're condemning them and you're judging them and you're doing this to them. That's different. So I want people to know that my YouTube channel is all about acceptance and my way of sharing my light, of having been on my path and my journey as an exotic striptease dancer, a single mom, and a femdom wrestler. Okay? All these no things, yet I'm here. I'm here talking to you about crystals and balancing and healing and how to turn the page. Okay? This couldn't have happened without somebody being in the shit. And I'm here with you. I'm your sister. Whether you realize it or know it or not, my heart and my soul is with you. And now I just feel like I'm blah, 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 blah about, yeah, women's rights. Ugh, here we go again. Yeah, here we go again. Because they need to be modified too. Like, don't even get me started about that. Feminists who also condemn sex workers, women who are sex workers. That doesn't even make any sense. So I'm here to shed some light on what I think is twisted. That's what I think is twisted. Okay? You can't be an activist of any kind and point fingers at some, like, or if, okay, no. Let me revise that. You cannot be a feminist of any kind and point fingers at your sister for doing what she thinks she has to do to survive. And if some of you are thinking to yourself, well, she didn't have to do that, you're not in her mind. You aren't God, and you're not that person. Keep yourself, that's where you have to remind yourself that you're you and they are them. Different fingerprints, different personalities. No two fingerprints are the same. Like, seriously. And I'm sure in this big old world, in this grandiose scheme of things, maybe, but we're not talking about a 0.00 something percentage. We're talking about, people aren't the same. They can't be treated the same. I'm not going to do the same thing as you, and you're not going to do the same thing as me. Even if we like the same things, you're still going to go about it the way that you'd go about it. Not the way I'd go about it. And that's a beautiful thing. Anyways, I'm just going to finish up with this, with a minute's worth of rose quartz, crystal healing, deep breathing. I personally like to hold it at my heart center. So that's why I'm going to do that. So here we go. Just start with 1 minute, or start with even just one deep breath. One deep breath from your diaphragm, and you hold it for a second before you exhale, makes the world of a difference. It really, really does. So here we go. Inhale, sit up nice and straight, or stand or lay down, whichever feels best to you. Make sure your spine's straight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, positivity. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Whew. Wow. That was 1 minute. 3 proper deep breaths, held for a second, then exhaled. Takes a minute. I hope I've been helpful, and I hope to see you again. Take care.